Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only live stream on planet Earth dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. That would be you. My name is Dee, and today I'm answering your mobile creator questions and mobile YouTuber questions. If you do have a question, please kindly head down to my description. I have a link down there that says Ask Question Here. Click on said link, drop your question in the form to make sure that I'm going to see your question today, because as you're going to see, the chat's going to get moving really fast, and I won't see everybody's question. But before we get started, I do want to say that today's show is brought to you by TubeBuddy, the #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. Per usual, I know you have it, but in case you don't, links also down in the description below. You can check it out for free. And this is my secret weapon for figuring out my titles, choosing the right keywords, the right tags, A/B testing my thumbnails, and all that good stuff. Mobile creators, you don't have all of that stuff, but you have access to a desktop computer. You want to put this in as a browser plugin. Now I'm going to jump right into the chat and say what's going on. I see Doug Houston in here, Costume Co. How you doing, Heidi? Hope everybody's doing well. Motivational Theory, nice to see you in here, John. I see the Slot Freaks, Andrew Warner. How you doing? Land Shark Picker. How's everybody doing? It's been about 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since we had a live stream. Still down in Mexico. It's still stuck. Flight is still canceled going back to Thailand. Thailand borders are still shut. Can't get in, making the best of it. And I had some snafus with my internet, and we've moved to a new Airbnb. So hopefully this one's going to work out for the time being. So Paul Peck Drywall Tube. Hey, listen, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's had an awesome 2 weeks. I know in the States, you got a couple states where coronavirus is kind of sweeping, taking over. I hope you guys are doing well, especially Paul. I know you're down in Florida where things are getting out of control, so I hope you and your family are doing well. Just chime in, man. Tell me, where you guys watching from? Where are you watching from? Curious to see where everybody's chiming in from. Of course, I know where Paul and Doug and Heidi are all chiming in from. So like I said, there's a question, or there's a link down in the question below, down in the description below. There's only a couple questions in there so far, and this is first come, first serve. So if you don't drop your question in there and I don't get to your question because you were late putting it in, then I can't help you out. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in here and start answering your questions, because that's what you're here for, right? You're here to hang out, you get your questions answered. Hey, Andrew Can is in the house. How's it going, sir? Hope you are doing well. Stacy Morgan, how you doing, man? Eric Waite, nice to see you in here. Self-publishing with Dale. What is going on? The gang's all here. G. Michael Jr., how you doing? Yes, Mama Nimmin is doing fine. Yeah, your boy, Arizona. She's in Arizona, and woo, what is it? So it's like Arizona, Texas, Florida, California. You guys should have stayed in. Should have stayed masked up. Thank you, Heidi. All right, so I'm just going to dive right into these questions. First one coming from Maddie Cat, who says, how do I compete in my niche? Memes. Okay, so you're making memes and you're wondering how you compete because it's so darn competitive, you said. How do I compete in my niche? Memes, because it's so darn competitive. You've picked a competitive niche, right? Memes are tough. You want to stand out, you got to bring something new to the table. You have to bring something creative. You have to make awesome memes. I believe it was Steve Martin who said, be so great that they can't deny you. Paraphrasing there, it was something like that. You got to be good. If you're not standing out, you've either A, not given it enough time yet, meaning you just got started and you just got a couple of videos up there. Maybe you're not uploading consistently, but give it time. And two, you got to be good. Same thing for gamers. I know I got a lot of gamers in here. If you're a gamer, go ahead and represent. Give me a hashtag gamer. Let me know you're a gamer. I know there's always a ton of you hanging out in here. And for you guys, it's the same thing. You're going to have to bring something to the table because your niche is very, very competitive. You got to level up. You got to bring it to the table. And the way you get better is by making more videos. We all suck when we start. It's a process we all have to go through. Be patient, upload. You'll get there. Just don't stop. Hashtag not a gamer. You know what? I'm an old school Nintendo player. I used to love Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Contra. Yeah, those are my games. Nick and I used to play Legend of Zelda, and we used to play Contra until our thumbs would bruise. Those were the days. Those were the days. Oh, I got a lot of gamers in here, a lot of non-gamers too. Oh, right on, man. I'm going to take one from the chat because I just happened to see it. The Real Peely Bob Shadow 66 says, can you use microphones on mobile? The answer is absolutely yes, you can. Now, there are a couple catches to that. Number one, if you have a lightning port or a USB-C port on your phone, you're going to have to get a little adapter, a little dongle, giggle, giggle, and you're going to have to plug that microphone into the dongle. You also have to be careful about the types of cables that plug into said dongle. So head over to my channel, well, you're on my channel, head over to my video tab and go look for the video where I talk about how to connect a microphone to a smartphone. I walk you through the process of explaining the different dongles and what to look for with the cables to make sure that everything matches up. Now, you can't connect every single microphone to a phone with just a dongle. If you have an XLR, which is, for those of you who don't know what an XLR is, to simplify it, it's a big, fat, round connector. It's professional grade microphone. Bands use it, studios use that sort of thing. You will need something, some sort of an interface for that. You can get an iRig, a company called iRig. It makes an XLR interface where you can connect it to your phone. Good stuff. Heidi says Nick was talking about dongles yesterday. There you go. Hashtag dongle. Big fat round dongle. This is turning south really quick. It's been 2 weeks, guys. It's only been 2 weeks and we're already talking about dongles. I love you guys. All right. Maddie Catman, you got to be better. You got to stand out. You got to be patient. Next question comes from Tybrid Gaming, who says, how do I make it so more people see my content? Same thing applies to you, my friend. You need to give it time. I don't know how long you've been on the platform, but you need to give it time. You need to make sure you're choosing topics that people are interested in when you're playing the game. I believe you said you were a gamer here. Yes, you are a gaming channel. If you're just doing watch me play, and this is something that a lot of gamers do, and I want you to hear me out here. If all you're doing is watch me play the game, then you're going to have to really bring something to the table. You're going to have to be either very charismatic, very entertaining, or you're going to have to be a great gamer. You're going to have to give people a reason to want to watch you game because there are so many gamers out there. Now, you can do this. You can develop an online personality or a character. A lot of people do this. What's his name? Who's the guy who just disappeared from Twitch? Dr. Brain just shut off. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? He has an online persona. So think about that. Think about what you can do to stand out in the gaming community and then focus on that. Now, if you're not doing watch me plays and you're trying to just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, another thing you can do is teach people how to play the game. So find the right topics and you can have killer thumbnails. You can have killer thumbnails because your thumbnails are going to have to stand out in a sea of a very saturated YouTube when it comes to gaming. Yeah, Dr. Disrespect. There you go. Yeah, it's already 9 p.m. here. I didn't sleep much last night. That said, time for some coffee. Nico Light, I have 3, 4, maybe even 5 videos on my channel on the video tab that walk you through how to make different types of thumbnails. I even go through 2 different gaming thumbnails. Head over to my video tab, search for those videos on how to make thumbnails. I have 3, 4, or 5 of them. Uniquely Me, how you doing? I hope you were doing well. For those of you who are channel members, I'm going to try to do a membership stream this week. This is the first time I streamed in this new location here. We're here for a few more days. I wanted to test the internet here, and it looks like we're going up okay. So as long as the stream is okay, we're going to do a member stream a little bit later this week. And if you're interested in becoming a channel member, we do private member streams there. I dive deeper into channel reviews. It's more of a community hangout there where everybody kind of workshops things together and helps each other out. So there's a link down below. I think there's a link down below for that. Or you're going to see a join button somewhere on the on the page there. Hey, the fat guy. Had a growth recently thanks to Dee's tips. Man, I'm glad. All right. Looking to hear all about it during the members live stream. Congratulations, man. Thanks for the super chat. All right, where am I at? There you go. Questions. Moving right along, the questions are piling up. And if you're just coming in, I've got a link in the description. It's going to open up a questionnaire form. Drop your question down there. It is first come, first serve. I can probably get through a certain amount of these today before my voice just turns out on me. But I'm sitting on a very uncomfortable, I don't know if you can tell. No, you can't tell. I'm looking at the crop right now. I'm on a very uncomfortable sofa. They've got like this it's not even memory foam. It's like cheap foam, maybe like this thin, and they put covering around it. I mean, it looks great, but there's no cushion whatsoever. And my bottom's already fallen asleep. Because, it wouldn't be a stream without my bottom falling asleep. Next question comes from Kenneth Makes Games, who says, why did you stream? Why did you stream during my class time? Truth of the matter is, I went live during your class time because I wanted to get you in trouble, man. I wanted the teacher to catch you watching my stream, and the teacher say, "What are you doing?" And you say, "I'm watching D Nimmin because I'm going to be a gamer. I'm going to be a YouTuber, and watch this guy." Show your phone to your teacher when he starts giving you a hard time. I'm happy to chat with that dude. Next question from Anthony Ganji, who says, what are good ratios? What are good ratios? Views to subscribers, views to comments. Here's the thing. Don't worry about it. Don't. It's easy to get caught up in the analytics. We've all been there. I do it. Sometimes I still do it myself, and I have to pull myself back. If you find yourself getting caught, I'm curious. Okay, show of hands. I know there's a lot of you in here who have been YouTubing for a long time, especially Heidi, Costume Co, and especially Paul Peck, and I know Dale, if he's still in here, Andrew Can. And by the way, Andrew Can, congratulations on your new milestone, my friend. That one came really fast. Show of hands. Who has to continually pull themselves away from analytics? You know that digging too deep into your analytics and worrying about the numbers too much, I mean, you have to look at it a little bit, right? But sometimes you can get too obsessed with it. Show of hands if you constantly have to tell yourself, like, whoa, back off, don't get into that, because I do that. Because I know, don't overwhelm myself with analytics, and I'm really good for the most part, but every now and then I find myself going down the rabbit hole, and I have to pull myself back out, and I have to kind of refocus things, and I have to think about, okay, what's the most important thing on my channel? The most important thing is helpful content. It's content that you find value in. And whenever I find myself kind of steering to the left or steering to the right, I kind of bring it back around and I center myself by thinking about what's the purpose of this content. And it's to help you, everybody's here for a different reason, but to help you figure out your problems, solve your problems with being a mobile creator, mobile YouTuber, mobile live streamer. And that kind of helps center me, and just sometimes I'll just close analytics. Now, it's great to figure out what videos are working, what videos are not working, which videos are bringing in the subscribers, which videos bring the more views, which videos bring the more watch time if you're trying to get monetized. Those are great analytics, but for me, and some YouTube experts might disagree with this, I have backed off from my analytics, not a ton, but enough to where I'm just focusing more on the content, trying to think of, okay, how can I add as much value as possible? And sometimes I make those videos and it doesn't serve a wider audience, and I'm okay with that, because the smaller audience that it does help, it helps them out. Let me go back to your question. I kind of got off track there. Good ratios. Yeah, don't think about the ratios. Think about how you can provide value. Think about, can you choose the right topics? And by the way, if you don't have TubeBuddy yet, you can get TubeBuddy down below. It can help you choose the right topics, help you craft the right titles, help you choose the right keywords. Those are the things you want to work on. Finding the right topics, crafting the right title, making better thumbnails. Focus on that, and you're not going to have to worry about the ratios. That's probably not the answer that you wanted, but that's how I approach things, because it's easy to get lost in the analytics. And what do they call it? Analysis paralysis, where you're looking at the analytics so much, you kind of get frozen. You're not sure what you want to do next. I'm guilty of that myself. V Gaming says, the best video editing software application for best video editing app for phones to edit PUBG Mobile. Okay, it doesn't matter what game you're playing. Here's the thing about video editing apps for phones. Depending on your device, the app may or may not play well with your phone. So if you have an older phone, or you have a phone that's not very powerful, you might not be able to use something like KineMaster or VideoLeap or LumaFusion or Power Director, right? So I'm just going to give you a run through of video apps right now. iOS, you've got VideoLeap, you've got iMovie, you've got LumaFusion, you've got VN, you've got VLLO, you have Power Director, you have InShot. You also have Filmora Go. On the Android side, you've got KineMaster. Did I say KineMaster for iOS too? You have KineMaster, you have Power Director, you have VN, you have the LLO, you have Vlogit, and for both of them, you have Adobe Premiere Rush. They're all great editors. You have to think about, what do you need as an editor, and will these apps work on your phone? Download them all. Almost all of them, you can download a free version. I might have a watermark on it. Download them all. See which one works the best for you based on your needs, and see which one actually works the best on your phone. That's the truth about video editing apps. Find the one that works best for your phone. Find the one that works best for your personal needs. And I hope I didn't say those fast enough. Next question, Yoshi Elevators, who says, how do I set up IV cam? Great question. So I'm live streaming right now using an app and software called IV cam, letter I, letter V, cam. Let me go over here to the chat here. IV cam. Okay, the way this works is on your phone, you have to download the app IV cam. On your computer, you have to download the software IV cam. Now, you can download the free versions, but it will come with a watermark. If you want to remove the watermark, you do have to pay for it. Then what you do is, the best way I found to get it to work almost all the time, is plug your phone into your computer via USB. Don't try to do Wi-Fi, plug it in via USB. Then open up IV cam first, then open the app on your phone. That seems to work 98% of the time. Every now and then I have to uninstall the app, uninstall the software, reinstall it again, because I don't know what happens, but it starts glitching out on me. But for the most part, it works, and that's how you do it. It's fantastic. I'm streaming right now with my iPhone 11 Pro, and it's connected to a Dell XPS 15. The microphone is also connected USB. This is a Rode NTG. What is this called? I can never remember the name of this thing. Rode Video Mic NTG. It's a USB microphone. But yeah, solid, absolutely solid way to live stream using your phone. The real cool thing about it is, then you can open up OBS. OBS is free. You open up OBS, you create a camera source, and you add IV cam as your camera source. Then you have to install a plugin called Virtual Cam. It's OBS Virtual Cam. You have to start Virtual Cam. Then when you open up StreamYard, when you open up Zoom, when you open up Skype, when you open any streaming platform, you choose OBS Virtual Cam, and then IV Cam is going to run through OBS. OBS Virtual Cam is going to run into that. Like right now, I'm streaming through IV Cam into OBS into StreamYard. And that's how it all connects. You have to make a chain of the connection. It works really well. Works really well. Hold on. So I see somebody's getting deleted and silenced in there. Hey, Savvy Turtle, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. I'm going to jump to the chat just a little bit. Nico Light, behave yourself. I see that you're getting silenced quite a bit. RC Mod Squad says, I like LumaFusion a lot. Yeah, LumaFusion's great. I would say LumaFusion is probably the most pro-level video editing app available for iOS. I prefer it on my iPad. I'm not a fan of LumaFusion on my phone, but I absolutely love it on my iPad, and I love using my Apple Pencil to use it. And they just had a huge update with LumaFusion as well. So if you haven't updated LumaFusion yet, go check that out. Hey, Isolation, how you doing? Boy, man, mods are slaying them in the chat today. Just slaying them. Next question comes from, did I answer that from Yoshi? Yeah, so Yoshi, I hope that was helpful. It's a bit of a process. I have a video coming on it. I've shot maybe the first half of the video. I need to finish the video. Club Brick asks the next question. It says, if I have a friend rewatch my playlist a few times, will this count towards watch time? Like my 3-hour, look, here's the thing. Having your friend, having your mother or brother, somebody watch your videos, it's not moving the needle. It's not going to change anything. Like that's going to be such an insignificant amount of anything, really. So just focus on making good videos. Don't try to game the system by sending your links out to your friend to try to get watch time. Just focus on making the good videos. It's not going to make a difference. I mean, yeah, technically you're going to get a little bit, but like 1 person, 2 people, 5 people, yeah, you're not going to get anywhere with that. Next question from Randomness, who says, when starting off, do you recommend an LLC or a sole proprietor? So I'm guessing that you're in the United States, Randomness. It depends. It depends on your state. It depends on what the tax laws are in your state. LLC is a limited liability corporation. I would get with an attorney on that and explain to them what you're doing, because every state is going to have different rules. You're going to have different needs. So I would get with an attorney on that one. I'm not qualified to give you all the ins and outs. For one, I haven't lived in the USA for 20 years, so I'm not even up to speed with what's going on there with corporation setup and sole proprietorship and all of that. But get with an attorney. Yeah, a great internet attorney, great YouTube attorney is Ian Corzine. Find him on Twitter. If any of the mods want to drop a link to his Twitter handle, his name is Ian Corzine. Fantastic lawyer. Great dude, too. Next question. And just for reference, when I did live in the US, I originally started as a sole proprietor. There were some tax implications there. It ended up being cheaper to eventually turn into an LLC. And then I ended up changing states for that, and then I eventually moved out of the country. So all that. Next question. Let's see here. Next question is The Refuge, who says, how do I get better sound quality on my phone? I have an Android. Okay, better sound quality. Get a microphone. Get some sort of a microphone, even if it's the little headphone, the little earbud microphones that come with your phone. You can plug that into your phone. All those come with a little microphone. Use that if that's all you have. That works well. One thing is to get the microphone closer to your mouth. And just to give you an understanding of how that works. Okay, so right now, and let me remove this. So this right here is a Rode microphone. It's a mini shotgun mic. It's going to pick up noise from a little bit of a distance. But here's what happens when I move away from the mic. First of all, I'm currently about 6 inches or so away from the microphone. But if I back up and I'm speaking with the microphone here, and I'm probably 1.5 feet, maybe even 2 feet away from the microphone now, you can see that there's an audio difference, right? You see there's an audio difference from here versus here. And you can take it up a notch even more, and you can bring it up here to get a deeper podcasty sound, right? The closer you get a microphone to your mouth, it's going to sound better. It also helps if you record in a quiet or somewhat quiet environment. Now, if you're recording indoors, hey, thank you, DeReal, Peely, Bob Show 66. If you're recording, that's too much. Yeah. Now, when I got really close, like I've had my audio set at a certain level, so I don't know if it's actually clipping out or not when I do that. Maybe, I don't know. I had it set for about right here. But if you're recording inside and you have tile floors or wooden floors and there's nothing in the room, you're going to have a lot of echo around the room. You want to record somewhere, right? If you go into your bedroom and you have your bed, or you have rugs on the floor, or you have open up your closet, anything that you have that's soft that can stop the audio waves from reflecting, it's going to make your audio sound even better. A podcasty sound. Hey, Sarah, nice to see you in here. Guys, by the way, so you see Sarah who just posted, said the podcasty sound. She has an amazing channel. She's constantly tackling all sorts of live streaming. I think she leans more towards Facebook, but fantastic channel. If you haven't checked out Sarah yet, mods, if you want to drop a link to Sarah's channel, definitely somebody you guys want to follow. Yeah, fantastic channel. And Sarah, you just derailed me. Oh yeah, we're talking about audio reflection. So if you're recording, you want to be around your sofa, be around your bed, be in rooms with rugs. And here's something that people do when they do voiceovers. Believe it or not, this works. Go into your bedroom or sit in a chair, pull a blanket over your head, a good old-fashioned thick blanket over your head, and record your audio. Believe it or not, that blanket is going to stop a lot of those audio waves coming in and coming out, and you're going to get a very dry audio sound that's going to make it sound better. A lot of people will also go sit in their closet if their closet's big enough, or they'll face the closet, face right into their clothes, and the hanging clothes is going to diffuse the sound. What you want to do is stop those audio waves from bouncing around. So get closer to the microphone. First of all, get a mic, get closer to the microphone, and get in an environment where the audio waves don't deflect everywhere or reflect everywhere and come back to the microphone, because that's going to sound bad. There's her channel. Both Heidi and Doug just dropped her channel in there. Fantastic channel to follow. Scully's House of Thrillers. How's it going, my man? Nice to see you in there. A Wanted Gaming says, hey, D, is a USB microphone good? A desktop microphone. The microphone that I'm using right now is a USB microphone. This is a Rode Video Mic NTG. It's plugged in USB. You can also connect it to your phone. It comes with two different cables. It has a USB cable on one side. You can plug it in. It also comes with another adapter or another plug that will plug into your phone and plug into your DSLR camera. So some of them sound good. Some of them don't sound so good. There's a great channel called Podcastage. Podcastage is, man, if there were a microphone deity, it would be Bandrew from Podcastage. Go check his channel out. Another great channel is Curtis Judd. Fantastic channel. He covers a lot of audio as well. It seems to me on my end here, it seems like I'm stuttering a lot. I'm hanging a lot. Are you guys seeing this as well, or is it just my internet connection here? Because I'm chiming in from an Airbnb, so I'm not really sure how the connection's doing here. The fat guy says, keep doing the podcast voice. We're going to keep doing the podcast voice. We're going to do the podcast voice all night. I just started Nick and I are eventually going to do a podcast once I finally get back to Thailand. And I just started putting the rough pieces together for starting my own mobile podcast. So you're probably going to see that coming sometime soon. Keep your ears open for that, because I'm going to get all up in your ear holes. All right. Yeah, so those of you who are asking about, talking about the purple lights and everything. So as you know, I'm traveling. I'm in an Airbnb. And my entire setup here, my lighting setup, let me show you, I have two of these. And some of you were on the live stream when I unboxed these, but I have two of these. These are the Aperture, I believe it's called the Aperture MC RGB lights. So I have two of these. This one's down on the little table here, kind of shining up to get some shadow under here. And I have another one up here shining purple on the wall. These are really inexpensive. I think they're maybe around $100 each, but for a traveling kit, they're fantastic. I have another tiny little Aperture light over here. I believe it's the F7, I believe it's called, just giving me a little light right here. If I turn that off, you're going to see the difference here when I turn that one off. And the light you're seeing right now is actually coming from my computer monitor. But this is a really tiny light. They're all, like this one's the F7 is about this big. And of course, you saw how small this one is. Very tiny little mobile kit, really convenient. Good purchase. All right, moving on to the next question. Next question comes from Billy's Big Top. He says, I was told today that hashtags are no longer helpful in video and title description. Any truth to that? I know YouTube was experimenting with them. Okay, so first I want to make sure that we are talking about the same thing. Hashtags, like the actual hashtag, that if you put 3 of them in your description, they will show up underneath the video. If you're talking about that, I don't think there's ever been I haven't come across any studies or any information to say one way or the other that it's bad or good. I have seen some people say they've had good experience with them. I think it's great for if you have a community, right? Hashtag Niminati. If you have your community, it's easy for it to tap on that hashtag and it's going to pull up all of your community videos. Some people are concerned that by adding those hashtags, that somebody might be inclined to click on that video or click on that hashtag and be taken away from the video. I've added them to videos. I've taken them off videos. I haven't noticed anything at all. So, you know, hashtags are one of those things where try it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine too. I don't think hashtags are going to be something where it's going to be like, well, I added hashtags and it changed everything. You're not going to see something like that. You might pick up a couple of views here or there as somebody kind of binge watches your content if they're clicking on those hashtags. But I don't think you're going to do anything that's going to make you see, wow, I just added hashtags and now, you know, my channel's on a different trajectory. I don't think you're going to see that. Not for ranking, just for people once you're established. Yeah, you know, I could take them or leave them. I like to put them in. I like to put them in there for community building. You know, hashtag Niminati, because we have a lot of people who also tag their stuff Niminati, and I love to go. By the way, if you ever want me to watch your videos, and I know Nick is the same way, if you ever want me to watch your videos, put a hashtag Niminati somewhere in your description, and if it shows up there, I'm eventually going to come in and watch your video. I actually love doing that. It's kind of something that I do in my downtime. Now, if you're talking about tags, actual tags, Tags used to be very important on YouTube. Now, they're probably the least important. Tags are great for clarification. They're great for misspells. They're great to use in phrases to use different variations of your titles. But tags, I see a lot of people say, I use all the right tags, but my channel's not growing. What am I doing wrong? It's because tags aren't going to grow your channel. Tags add clarity to your video to tell YouTube to help tell YouTube what your video is about, to hopefully make sure that they put your video in front of the right audience. That's what tags are for. And again, tags are not going to make or break your channel. I know everybody in here has come across videos with no tags whatsoever, and in some cases, no description whatsoever, and the video has millions of views on it. Eric says, I got a how-to question. Search on YouTube, how to enter topic here. There's a ton of videos that answer your question. Look for Nick and Dee. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Next question comes from Mark Freeling. He says, I just purchased an iPhone a week ago. Welcome to Apple. It's like, well, this is the Eagle song. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Welcome to Apple. They've got you now. Okay. Wondering if I should buy a gimbal or a tripod. I have a fitness channel, Get Fit, 50 plus. I love it, man. I'm almost 50. I'm actually going to check you out right now, and I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Let's see what you've got here. Get Fit over 50. You have subscriber number 5. Okay, now I don't know what iPhone you actually picked up. Let me see if you said here. Okay, if you have one of the newer iPhones, if you picked up an iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro Max, I don't think you need a gimbal in most situations, unless you're trying to shoot cinematic footage. And in your case, if you're just doing fitness content, I don't think you're going to need cinematic footage. I don't think that's going to be something that is going to make your videos better as a fitness channel. That being said, well, you could just put your phone on a normal tripod, right? Like say you're going to show somebody how to do a particular exercise. Put your phone on a standard tripod and film the exercise, somewhat from a couple different angles. So when you go in and edit it, you have a couple of different angles to show from. Now, there is one cool thing that some gimbals will do, most of the newer gimbals, and that's tracking. And this is where gimbals really come in cool. Don't think of gimbals in terms of creating smooth footage. Yes, they do that. But one thing they really do is tracking. You open up the app, right? You have the gimbal, you have to download the app. Then you can tell the app, track this thing. That thing can be your face, it could be a car, it could be an animal, it could be anything. You tap and you hold and you say, track this, right? Because the gimbal will swivel. Then you put the gimbal on a tripod. Then you can walk around, you can move around, and the gimbal is going to follow you. So this might come in handy if you're doing some sort of if you're making content that's exercise content, you want to move around and be followed by your phone, it will do that. Actually, I did a mini review of a gimbal called the Vlog Pocket. It's an okay app. It's an entry level. It's an okay gimbal. It's an entry level gimbal. I would probably recommend the DJI Mobile 3 as the gimbal to buy, but go watch that video with the Vlog Pocket. I just do a couple of clips where it's following me around. It's just a couple fun little clips just so you get an idea of how the gimbal will track you and follow. So I don't think you need one. Can it add to your production? Maybe, if you do it right. But with the iPhone 11 Pro, especially if you're using the wide lens, it does come with some built-in image stabilization. I don't use a gimbal anymore. Just, anytime I go outside and I shoot with my phone because I have the iPhone 11 Pro, I shoot with the wide lens. I turn it around. I turn the phone around. I don't use the selfie cam. I use the backside camera, put it on the 0.5 lens, and it will get you in the shot, and it gives you smooth footage. It's not cinematic smooth, but it's smooth. Next question comes from Canva Makes Games, who says, hey, Dee, thanks for making the amazing content. Hey, thank you for watching it. I have a game development channel. I upload weekly videos showing and telling what I have done. I am doing very good editing, yet I cannot grow, and I cannot grow, and there is a community for it. Okay. So you have a game development channel. You're uploading weekly videos and you're not growing and you're curious why. Let me check. I'm going to do a quick check of your channel here to see how long you've been at it. Okay, so the link that you sent me, I don't see any videos. Channel has no videos, so it might be another channel. It might be another channel. You should have put your main channel in that link because I could be looking at your channel right now and give you some solid advice on it, but without seeing it. Here's what I'll say. If you are just getting started, keep going. Keep going. Make 100 videos, right? If you only have 10 videos or 5 videos or 20 videos, keep going, right? Get to 100 videos and then see where you stand. In terms of not getting noticed, it might be you're just writing the wrong topics. Your thumbnails might not be attractive enough, right? If you say there's a community for it, then you need to find a way to get into the community. And without looking at your channel, I can't help you, man. That would have been a great spot to drop your channel because the channel I'm looking at, it's all empty. So keep going. Focus on better titles. Focus on making better thumbnails, and just know that it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. And when you come up with your topics, think of your topics from the angle of because if you're doing game development, then there are lots of people who are going to be interested in someone who's doing game development. And think about, okay, from an entry level from game development, if someone's just getting started and they want to learn how to make games, what would be that first video that I could make for that person, right? Think backwards, right? Reverse engineer it. You're just getting started. What were the things that you needed to look up? What were your pain points when you were getting started to learn how to make games, right? And then make your first video about that first thing. And then what was the second pain point? What was the third hurdle, right? Make videos to help the people that are going to go through all the things that you went through and title them in a way that you would have searched for them, right? So here's a hurdle. How do I get over this hurdle? You go to YouTube or you go to Google and you start typing in very specific keyword phrases. That's how you want to title your videos. And you need a thumbnail that represents that as well. So reverse engineer it and just keep going. Next question comes from Gotta Make It Work. I love the name. I can't seem to figure out a niche, so I make videos about almost everything. What's the best way to find a niche? Thanks for making videos for YouTubers using their phones. Hey man, happy to help. Okay, you're just getting started. You're trying to find your niche, so you're making videos for everything, about everything. That's fine. That's fine. In fact, when you are just getting started, that's what you should do. If you're just getting started and you don't know what type of content to make, throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. Everybody has a ton of hobbies. Everybody has tons of interest. Like, go ahead, tell me in the chat right now. Hey, Deo, how's it going, man? Tell me in the chat, what are your interests? Because I know so many of you have multiple interests. Just what are your top 3 hobbies that you're into? Type them in the chat. I'll tell you right now. I love solving problems. That's one of the things that I love doing about being a YouTuber, making videos for you. I get to solve your problems. I love it. Right? I love solving problems. I love Star Wars. I'm gonna reorder that. I love Star Wars first. I love solving problems and tinkering. And I love making stuff. I love cosplay. I love tinkering. I love craft. All right? I love building things. I love using my hands and my fingers and just making stuff. Like those are things that I'm into. But when it comes to YouTube, I needed to pick one. And coming in for me, it was a little bit easier because I kind of knew what I wanted to do before I got started. But because I'm into multiple things, and as most of you are, as Albert says, gaming, food, and Mexican stuff. I'm in Mexico, man. Where are you at? VGaming21. I'm currently in San Jose del Cabo. Where are you at? Hola, amigo. Costume Co is into gardening, right? Thyroid Gaming, welcome to the Niminati Caffeine crew. Thank you so much. Keep an eye on my community feed. We do members live streams. I try to do them weekly, but because I'm on the road, I'm stranded in Mexico because of COVID. I can't fly home to Thailand where I live. They've been a little bit sporadic, but I try to do them weekly or at least bi-weekly if I can. So keep an eye on the community feed. That is where I will announce one. There should be one coming this week. Let's see what you guys are into here. Hold on. Oh, we have another channel member. Where did that one come from? The second one comes from... Oh, you upgraded your membership. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, man. Fist bump. Fist bump. Life, mastery, and motivation, Grit Mind says. Right? Like everybody's into so many different things. So if you're just starting out, do all those different things. If you don't know which direction to go in all of them. And then what's going to happen is you will eventually start to notice that one of those things is starting to get a lot more coverage from the other. For example, you've got motivation theory running in here. I know John went through a series of types of content, and then he kept noticing, and John, correct me if I'm wrong, he kept noticing that his running videos were getting a lot of traction. So, he tried a little bit of this, tried a little bit of that, and now I believe he is just full on running, right? You kind of have to go through it to get to it, right? I believe that's what happened with your channel, John. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, Bryce, how you doing? Hold on here. Can't wait for the members live stream. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully this week. Let's see what else you guys have got going on in here. I'm in the chat right now. I'm reading through some of the chat, trying to catch up. G. Michael Jr. says gardening, working out, business, life, preparedness. All right, so everybody's into so many different things. So throw a bunch of stuff on the wall. When you have something finally stick, right? Let's say you're into gaming. Let's say you're into gardening. Let's say you're into motivation and self-help, right? Throw it all up there. Eventually, you're going to see one of those things start to stick, and then focus on that one thing. Now, that doesn't mean you can't do those other things, but if you want to grow your channel faster, and this is key, you can do whatever you want with a channel. You can have a variety channel, but you have to understand that you're probably not going to grow faster with a variety channel. If you want to focus on something, make your channel about that thing, focus on it, and it's going to accelerate your growth. You have those other hobbies? Cool, put them on other channels. You can do all that stuff, just put them on other channels. So throw it up on the wall, find something that sticks, and then focus on that. Sure did. All right. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to go through it. I am correct. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Because I remember for a while you had some great YouTube tip videos too. But you have to figure out what's working. What are people responding to? And you went through it. Next question here. Next question comes from Gotta Make It Work. Again, it says, how much money is too much to invest into becoming a YouTuber? This is a great question. How much money is too much to invest into becoming a YouTuber? I'm sure with all the apps and equipment, I've spent over $500 and I have less than 400 subs. You have a phone. You have apps. Okay, here's all you need. Here's all you need. For those of you, I'm curious, is there anyone, hey, Thyroid Gaming, thank you so much, man. Says, Dee, I wanted to thank you for all the help you've given me. It's what got me into all this. Hey, thank you for the super chat. I'm glad something I said helped you out. I appreciate that. Consult a Blind Guy, how you doing? Starting a new series, ways to get off disability, build a business around your channel passion. There you go. So here's the thing. How many people in here, and there's usually a couple, you haven't uploaded your first video yet? You want to upload your first video, but you have not yet. If that's anyone in the chat right now, say yes. There's usually one or two people who want to get started, but they haven't. Oh, it's T-Bird. Oh, sorry about that, T-Bird. It's hard. I'm trying to scan through the chat. All right, so there's always a couple people. And right now it's Jaden Green, G. Michael Jr. Right, there's always some people. There you go, John. And growth exploded after that, right? You always have some people who are always wanting to upload their first video. And one of the things that one of the hurdles that some people put in front of themselves is the gear hurdle. I don't have the right gear. I don't have the money to spend on the right gear. And that's what my channel is all about. If you have a phone, and probably everyone in here has a phone. If you have a phone, that's enough. That's enough. You can download free camera apps, or you can use the built-in camera that comes with your phone. Your phone has a microphone. It might not be the best microphone, but it's a microphone. You can download free video editing apps without a watermark. Apps like VN, apps like VLLO, or iPhone users, you have iMovie, there's VideoLeap, right? You can get free apps without a watermark. It's not about the gear. It's not about the gear. You can have the best gear in the world. You can have an 8K camera. You can have all the best microphones in the world. You can have the best lighting. You can have all the stuff and still suck, because the most important thing is the message that you're sharing, the story that you're telling, the value that you're providing, right? Are you making somebody laugh? Are you teaching somebody how to do something? Are you entertaining somebody? Are you helping somebody through something? Are you solving problems? That's what matters, and you can do that with a phone. You can do that with a phone. So in terms of budget, how much money is too much to invest? I don't know where you started, but you could have just started with your phone. If you're $500 in and you have less than 400 subs, stop buying stuff. You have enough. You've got a phone, you've got a couple of apps, maybe you have a microphone. You have enough. Now, instead of throwing money at the problem, right, because that's not going to fix it, gear is not going to fix this, what you have to do now is shift your focus. You need to shift now, and I don't know, what type of content are you making? You are, did you give me your channel? Give me 1 second here. I need to check your channel out just to see what kind of channel, see what type of content you're making. Got to make it work. New content posted every week. What are you doing here? Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pull you up. I'm going to pull this channel up right here. And for some reason, it just took away my dark mode. And I don't like that. Let me go back here. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here for a second. And this applies to everyone in here who is making a variety of content. So let me share my screen really quick. Let me take this off. Let me share my screen. Got to make it work. Okay, let me make sure this is showing. Got to make it work. There we go. All right, so you've spent $500 in apps and phones and probably microphones. Here's what I want you to think about. And if you're in the chat right now, anyone who's in the chat right now making variety content, and like I said, if you're just getting started, it's fine to throw a bunch of stuff up to see what sticks. Where I'm going to tell you to focus on something is once you find something that starts working. But I want you to just look at the type of content that you're making here. Okay, and congratulate my high school graduate of 2020. First of all, congratulations for graduating. But that, you got to ask yourself, why would somebody watch my videos? Why would anyone? Why would, and this applies to everyone in here, you have to think about the trade-off that's happening. People are giving you their time. They're giving you their time, the most valuable asset they have, their time. Be it 1 minute, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever it is, they're giving you their time. So you have to make sure that you have something of value for them. Give them a reason to watch you. Congratulate my high school graduate of 2020. Okay, that's great. Honorable video. High fives to everyone who graduated. A lot of people probably didn't graduate. But you got to think about, why would somebody watch that? Outside of your little group of high school people, there's 20 views on it. Outside of this group of people, who's going to watch that video? Not very many people, because they're not going to be interested in that. Coming on down, you have blue crab baked in creamy buttery sauce. So we've already got a mix of content, which is fine if you're trying to figure out what your niche is. Then watch me create YouTube and Mercari backdrop, another YouTube online auction purchase, aroma rice cooker review. Watch me make crawfish, toothbrush review, Murray's Edge Wax Extreme Hold Review. Oops, you didn't mean to do that. Let me back off. So what you're doing here is you're kind of mixing in content that people might not really be interested in. Let me leave this. With content that people might be interested in. So what I would do is I would go through your content, and I just stopped sharing. I want to see how many videos you have. Hold on here. You've been going for a while. And it looks like you're doing a little bit of vlogging, you're doing a little bit of this, you're doing a little bit of that. Hold on here. So you're probably doing enough by now, and I'm going to sort by most popular. So give me 1 second here. I'm just checking the channel out. Back here. Okay, so it looks like you haven't actually found anything. I just sorted your videos by most popular, and it looks like you haven't done anything yet where one video has exploded and grown out of the group. That's what you're looking for. So in terms of giving you advice, I would say keep making whatever content that you're making and wait for one that breaks out. Because right now, they're all about the same. You haven't had a breakout video yet. So when you do have that breakout video, make another one just like it and see if that second video will mimic the growth of the first video, right? Go down that road. In terms of your investment, don't spend any more money. Like you're making videos, what you have is working right now. Stop spending money. Start focusing all your time on finding the right topics, how to become better in front of the camera, how to become a better communicator, work on your lighting, work on your communication skills, work on your thumbnails, work on your titles, get TubeBuddy, right? If you're gonna spend money on anything, pick up TubeBuddy, you know, learn how to find the right keywords, learn how to write the correct titles. But you don't need to do that. But that's where you need to put your focus now. Stop thinking about gear. But I would say, how much is too much? I mean, you have your phone. That's good enough. Don't let the gear get in your way. Just keep making content. Keep making content. Keep making content. Keep making content. Hey, Regina, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, one thing I really don't like, I hate seeing people spend too much money trying to get started on YouTube. Like you can upgrade later. And as you can see, make it work. You've uploaded a ton of content and you haven't had that breakout video just yet. So it doesn't matter what you're shooting on. It doesn't matter how much money you've spent because you're still in the process of figuring out what works. Once you figure out what works, once you start to see some real growth, once you get monetized or find other ways to make money with your content, maybe you find something to sell, then start thinking about your gear. Then start thinking about, you know what? I could use a microphone and make my audio sound better. You know what? My lighting sucks. Maybe I mean, I'm not saying your lighting sucks, but you know, maybe I can level up with lighting. Maybe I can get a better camera, right? But you don't want to do that right now. Next question, Get That Nike asks, how can I come up with more video ideas? All right, how can you come up with more video ideas? Did I miss a super chat? Yeah, I'm looking all over the place here. I'm going backwards, hold on. Hey, Bryce T.H. McNabb, thank you so much. Says, I have so many ideas that will be in my niche. I just don't know where to start. Any ideas? Yeah, just pick one. Pick one. I don't know if you've actually, man, you know what? YouTube took away our, we used to be able to tap on the right-hand side, the three little dots that says go to channel. We used to be able to go to channel and check out channels. They removed that for some reason. It's infuriating. I have so many ideas that will be in my niche. I just don't know where to start. Pick one. Just pick one. Like there's not a right or wrong, but I don't know what type of content that you're making. Try, like I mentioned before when I was answering the question from somebody else, reverse engineer it. Whatever your niche is, Bryce, I don't know what type of content you're making, but whatever that is, if it's something that other people are into, if it's a how-to thing, if it's an education thing, think about, okay, when I first got into this niche, what were some things, what were the first 5 things that got in my way? What were the first 5 things that slowed me down, that caused confusion, that were hurdles for me? You can make videos on those things. I mean, and if you don't want to do that, then just throw a dart, right? Put a bunch of ideas up on the wall, throw a dart and pick one and just start making videos. It's important that you make the videos. You can fine tune it as you go. You've picked your niche, so that's solid. So now you just start making the videos. You're going to figure out what works and what doesn't work. But I would go back and just start looking at your own pain points and trying to help other people through those same pain points. So if you got so many ideas, start at the beginning. Start at the very beginning, and then pick one of those and go. And you'll figure it out. Your community, the people who find your videos, the people who watch your videos, they're going to let you know, and your analytics are going to let you know. Sometimes you make videos and they're on fire, and people watch them to the end, and people share them. And sometimes you make videos and they don't do so well. You know, it's part of the game. The important thing is you're making content. You need to create that habit of making content. And in terms of figuring out how to come up with ideas, back to Get That Nike, how to come up with more video ideas, it's easy. Go to Google. You know what? I'll share this right now. I'm going to share my screen one more time. This works on YouTube and it works on Google. So let me share my screen one more time. This is the easiest way to come up with ideas. The absolute easiest way. Okay, so you go to YouTube, you go to Google, you go to the search bar, and you start typing in keywords or phrases that are relevant to your niche. So for me, let's just say I'm interested in, okay, let's say an iPhone or Android iPhone, it doesn't matter, thumbnails. So maybe I'm gonna start doing how to make Android. So as soon as I start to type in how to make Android, you see all of these suggestions right here. How to make Android apps, how to make Android look like iOS, how to make Android camera better, how to make Android faster, how to make Android games. So how to make Android thumbnails, how to make Android thumbnails, how to make aesthetic thumbnails for Android, and so on and so forth. These are all suggestions based on searches that people are actually looking for, right? Just say, make a backyard fire pit, make a backyard pond, garden, patio, waterfall, putting green, beach, forge, pizza oven, right? Go in there, start typing in phrases. You're going to get these suggestions. These are video ideas. Take them and run with them. Works for YouTube, works for Google. Did I stop sharing? Yeah, I stopped sharing. I missed more super chats? Come on now. Hold on. I got to go back again. Bryce. Okay, yeah, Bryce, I got you, man. Thank you so much. Oh, there it is. T-Bird Gaming says, last question tonight. What's a good mic to start with? T-Bird Gaming, what phone do you have and what's your budget? This is going to make the difference in my answer. If I don't see it here in the chat, T-Bird, I'm going to try to keep an eye out here for your, hey, Uncle Dan, I'm going to keep an eye out for your answer. But in case I don't see it, send me a tweet, send me a DM, or tell me during the members live stream, because I need to know what your budget is and what phone you have. Oh, boom, there it is. You have an Android, $50. Okay, best microphone for $50, I would go with the Boya BYM1. I'm gonna type this into the chat right now. Boya BYM1. This is a plug-in microphone. Man, I have a similar one over here. It comes with a really long cable. It's like a 6-foot cable. It's a little clip-on microphone, right? It's like $20-something. It sounds really good. It sounds really good for the price. There's another microphone. I just got this microphone. Let me check the price on it. Hold on here. I don't know what the, okay, it's showing me here in Mexican pesos. This is great. Okay, hold on here. So there is another company, and I just picked up their microphone, and I'm really happy with it. It's the same thing. It's a clip-on. It has a long cable, but I think it sounds a little bit better. I'm dropping it in the chat. It's the Deity Vlov. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. I don't know. You're going to have to check and see the motorcycle driving by. I don't know the price. It might be a little over $50, but if you have to stay under $50, pick up the budget or pick up the Boya. If you can go a little bit above 50, I might look into the Deity. I think it does sound a little bit better. Motivation Theory says, I purchased a Shure MV88 Plus kit because of D, and it's awesome. Yeah, like if you don't have a budget, the MV88 Plus is an amazing, amazing microphone. It comes with an app. You have to download the app, and you can change how the microphone actually works. If you want to record 2 people, it'll pick up both sides of the microphone. It'll pick up in the front, close down the back. It can, you can set it to have a narrow pattern, to have a wide pattern. Amazing, amazing mic. Tow Trucker, thank you, my man. Appreciate the super chat. It says, D, my channel is getting ready to hit next level. That's what I'm talking about. My Parking Revenge series is doing great. I have more variety of content, but I don't want to disrupt my growth by changing content. What do I do? Let me read this again. My Park and Revenge series is doing great. I have more variety of content, but I don't want to disrupt my growth. Okay, if you have content that's doing well, your Park and Revenge series. So are you telling me that your Park and Revenge series is not the type of content that you want to continue with on your channel? Because if it is and it's doing well, I would keep doing that. Because if you're making your normal videos and responses here, and you make your Park and Revenge and you're getting a lot more response from that, I would keep doing that. I would keep doing that. Tow Trucker, if you can clarify if you want to keep doing this Park and Revenge series or not, I would keep doing it, man. Like if you fell on something that worked, keep doing it. Keep doing it. What you can do though, I mean, hey, Shelly, nice to see you in here. Shelly, why are you not a moderator? Holy cow, I thought I modded you. Hold on one second, Shelly. Shelly, bend a knee. Oh, there you go. Let me go back and see here, Tow Trucker. I gotta look through it. Here's this. I have a lot of content. I want to put out more. Okay, well, if growth is your goal, right? Depends on your channel goal. If you're like, hey, I want to grow my channel so I can impact more people, I can try to make more money, growing your channel, and you have lots of other different types of content, I would pepper them in. If you're like, hey, I've got this type of content and it works, tried and true, I make these Trucker Revenge and people respond. Okay, well, maybe every other video, test that with your other content. See if people respond to that too. Maybe people are not going to respond to the other content, or they might respond even more to the content. You're going to have to test that out and see. But for me, if I stumbled across something that I knew was working, repeatedly was working, I would just keep doing that. And by the way, Tow Trucker, send me a tweet or send me an email and send me your channel link. I'm happy to take a look at your channel and just look at things as a whole. It's hard for me to do here without really kind of looking over your channel. You can send me an email, send me a tweet, send me a DM, just say, hey, it's Tow Trucker, and I'm happy to take a look at the channel. Gabriel, T Black, thanks for the super chat, says, are there too many talking head tech channels? Do you think there's always room for more perspectives? I'm worried about jumping into a saturated niche. Well, tech is definitely saturated, but so is gaming. So is gardening. So are beauty channels. Most types of content or most types of niches are very, very competitive. When it comes to tech, here's the thing you have to keep in mind. What makes, in my opinion, what makes a good tech YouTuber is the personality. People are going to enjoy how you present your reviews, right? There's so many tech channels out there, and yeah, they are hard to grow. Your thumbnails have got to be on fire. You got to make sure that you're getting the right topics at the right time. It's going to be tough, but this is where you've got to bring your personality to the table. This is where people get to know you, the tech reviewer. If you're not bringing your amazing personality, if you turn on the camera and you're shy and you're reserved, and you're boring, people are probably not going to respond to that. But if you let out your real personality and you're fun, you have a good time with it, be you. And people are either going to like you or they're not going to like you. And that's something excuse me, I just lost a shoe. That's something as a YouTuber that's tough. And I think a lot of you can relate to that. It's a hard pill to swallow, knowing that, okay, I'm going to put this video up or I'm going to start this channel and a lot of people are not going to like me, right? It's easy to go through life because it's like, okay, I can go through life and if I meet somebody and we don't get along, we don't like each other, that's fine. I never have to see him again. But the internet can be cruel. The internet can be heartless. And, that's kind of a tough thing to deal with at first for a lot of people. It's just realizing that not everybody likes you. Some people just I get messages, people are like, I just hate your face. I get those messages all the time. Like, you know what? I just hate your face. I hate everything about your face. I hate your lighting. I hate your face. I hate the way you speak. Some people are really, really tough. And you have to get over that. So you go into it, be the best person, be the best you that you can be. Try to be as unique as you can. If you can bring something new to the table, if you can bring an angle that you see, look, if you're doing the same thing where it's like, okay, talking head, here's my slow motion B-roll stuff, here's a cool lighting. Yeah, you might be fine if you get a great personality, but if you can think of something, something where you can level it up, something that can just bring a little bit extra. Some people are like, wow, I haven't actually come across that before. That's kind of new. Or you're targeting an area of tech that isn't so saturated. If you're doing general tech, you're competing with everybody. But if you went in and just did a little niched out part within a niche, you might find you can grow a little bit faster. You're going to hate your face, Jay. I think that comment was from you. Scully's House of Thriller. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Yeah, they do. Just straight up, I hate your face. I hate everything about you. Like, okay, cool, thanks. Thanks for the watch time. I appreciate it. I'm going to jump into the chat here for a minute. Hold on, 100%. Let's see, hold on, I'm backing up here. I'm backing up, going through the chat. Let's see what I'm missing. So, where's that? Gabriel, there it is, Gabriel. You know what? Just do it. Do it. Get on it. I think if I were to start a tech channel, I would probably look for something like, I might do something like go all in on like smart homes, right? I might dive all in on smart homes, and everything on my tech channel would be about tech for your house. Everything, every single video would be tech for your house. That might even be my tagline. Whatever is the channel name, smart tech for your home, or something like that. Budget tech for your home, something like that, right? Like, it's tech, but you're carving out your own little piece of that. You're gonna probably compete against a lot less people doing something like that than versus going head to head with a million tech channels that are covering everything, covering the latest phones, the latest computers. Tech for your home is good. Yeah, there you go. How to protect. Yeah, that's good too, Club Brick. Yeah, how to protect yourself with home tech. You could go even more niche than that, right? So you've got home tech, but you've also got home security tech. What if you had, and I'm just spitballing here for somebody who might be looking for something to do. What if an entire channel, and I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, but there's probably less of them than people who are talking about iPhones or the latest phone. What if you did an entire channel talking about smart security tech, an entire channel talking about smart cameras for your home, smart security systems for your home? Like, man, there's so much opportunity there. You just got to find where you get in where you fit in, and you got to bring your personality to the table. Got to bring your personality to the table. Billy's Big Top says, it's like when you're a kid and you have not been to the pool yet, scared the first, but you have a blast. Oh, yeah, it's terrifying. It's terrifying when you're just getting started, especially when you haven't made that first video yet. But man, once you've made the first video, it becomes 1,000 times easier. And then once you make your first video, it becomes easier. And once you learn how to deal with haters and trolls, it becomes even easier. All right, next question, and I'm gonna X that one. All right. The next question is MC Adventure Kid. He says, what's the best free video editing app for iOS? Free video editing apps, you got iMovie, comes with your phone. You've also got Video Leap. You can use that for free. Just close the ad when they pop it up. You've got VN. You have VLLO. Those are good. Next question comes from Shamdik, who says, how do I use my phone as a microphone? Okay, so what do you have? Do you have an Android? Oh, a desktop laptop. Okay. There are plenty of audio apps. Man, I need to sit on a pillow. This sofa is just murdering my behind. There are a ton of audio apps you can download. The Rode, spelled just like this, the Rode Reporter. It's a free app. It can record audio. The trick to getting good audio for your phone is don't speak directly into the microphone because you're going to get a lot of what they call plosives, where you get a lot of puh sounds in the wind, and it will distort the sound. So you can speak kind of, hold your phone to an edge a little bit. Don't speak directly into it. Let your air pass along the side of the phone. That will sound better than if you're speaking directly into the phone. Or you can use the microphone that comes with a little headset. When you buy a phone, it comes with a headset, comes with a little microphone. Use that, but the same thing applies. Don't speak directly into it. You can pull it off to the side. You just want to stop the wind from hitting the microphone. Next question is Albert. He says, D, do you know how to downgrade iOS 13.5.1 back to iOS 13.5? I was trying to jailbreak my phone, and then I realized I had 13.5.1. I hope you did a backup on iTunes. You should, anytime that you're going to do an update, or you're going to jailbreak your phone or get into a beta install, you should back up your phone on iTunes, and you should be able to do that. Since it's not in a beta version, I don't know how to go backwards. I've never actually looked into going backwards from a public version. I know you can get out of beta. I know if you have an install or if you have a backup on iTunes, you can go back. But if you didn't do that and it's not a beta, don't know what to tell you. If somebody else has an answer in the chat, please chime in and let them know. Next question comes from VGaming21. How to stream a game using an Android device. I have a Samsung phone M20. I'm not familiar with the M20, but I'd recommend downloading an app like DU Recorder, or you could try Prism Live Studio and use their screen share feature. You could try, I think did I say DU Recorder? Mobizen Live might do it as well. So one of those will do it. You need to find a screen recording app that will allow you to stream. Next question from Nafiz Gaming, who says, how to balance school and YouTube? That's a great question. Balancing school and YouTube, balancing life in YouTube, balancing a job in YouTube, balancing a university in YouTube, balancing COVID lockdown in YouTube. It's all the same. Balance is balance. You do what you can, right? If you are putting everything into school right now, and you have only a certain amount of hours in the day, or even a certain amount of hours per week that you can dedicate to YouTube, then you do that. But here's where I would start. I would start by doing a realistic audit of your time. If you're like, I don't have enough time to do anything, audit your time. How much time do you waste watching YouTube videos? How much time do you waste playing games? How much time do you waste chatting with your friends, or hanging out at the mall or the cafe, or just sitting around doing nothing? Right? You have to audit your time hour per hour. Do that for a week and figure out, okay, I got an hour here, I got an hour there, I got an hour here, an hour there. Stop wasting your time in those areas, and then focus on making YouTube. Everybody has to manage their time. I know a lot of you in the chat right now. Like, you've got, go ahead, tell me what you're wrestling with. Do you have a family? Do you have a full-time job? How many kids do you have? And you still manage to upload YouTube videos, right? Let me know in the chat. I know some of you have, huge families. Some of you work 2 jobs and you have a family, and you still find time to upload to YouTube. Yeah, as Regina said, it's all about time management. But you have to do that realistic audit and say, where am I wasting time? And then cut that stuff out. If YouTube is important enough to you, you're going to find time somewhere. Shelly says, full-time job, YouTube, and a family. There you go. Doug says, I'm cooking lunch, leaving the hard work to the... Doug, have a good one, man. Mommy's Budget says, 3 kids, I'm a teacher and a YouTuber. Teacher, 3 kids, a YouTuber. There you go. There you go. That's amazing. Albert Tech says, my wife is in Mexico and I'm in Montreal, Canada. Hey, I'm in Mexico right now. Yes, I closed the question. Closed the questionnaire. The Kid Knows Sports says, I have a family of 4. I own a PR firm and growing my son's channel. It's a lot. That's the thing. If it's important enough, you will find the time. You're just going to have to figure out where you're wasting time and change that for YouTube time. Viva Mexico. That's right. Next question. Gritmine. How big is your backlog of ideas for future videos? That's another great question. You're probably not going to believe it, but my backlog of ideas for videos, I haven't counted it, but I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of video ideas because there's so many different things to do, right? Let's just break down some basic ideas here. Doesn't matter what sort of Scullies, I got to lay off the fishing videos. It doesn't matter what type of content that you're making. There's different ways to attack the same thing. So because I'm shooting on my iPhone right now, using that as my live streaming camera, I'm just going to start, and I'm not even looking at my list. My list is enormous. I have an enormous list. Ching. I'm just going to brainstorm here off the top of my head. I'm live streaming with my iPhone. How to live stream with your iPhone. How to live stream for free with your iPhone. The best live streaming apps for your iPhone. How to connect your iPhone to your computer to live stream. How to record video with your iPhone. How to take photos with your iPhone. How to take professional photos with your iPhone. How to edit video with your iPhone. How to edit your photo with an iPhone. How to edit dark moody photos with your iPhone. How to take the best Instagram photos with your iPhone. How to edit Instagram photos with your iPhone. How to save your iPhone battery. What's the best video editing apps for iPhone? What are the best photo video editing apps? Or what are the best photo apps for iPhone? What are the best audio apps for iPhone? How to watch YouTube on your iPhone? How to download YouTube videos on your iPhone? It's endless. And those are just off the top of my head. It's absolutely endless. And then you can compare things, right? So let's just take video editing apps. So I could go through all of the video editing apps, but there's tons of video editing apps that you could choose from. Then you could start comparing them back and forth. LumaFusion versus iMovie, right? Here's 5 things LumaFusion does that iMovie doesn't. Or here's 5 reasons to get iMovie over LumaFusion. Or here's 5 reasons to get Video Leap over VLLO. Or here's 3 things that Video Leap does that LumaFusion won't do. It's endless. It's literally endless. And then you've got gear. Best budget microphones for iPhone, best professional microphones for iPhone, the best gimbals for iPhone, the best budget gimbals for iPhone. It's endless. So how to change from iPhone to Android, which is better, iPhone or Android? What's the best phone for YouTubers, iPhone or Android? It's literally endless. And this applies to whatever type of content that you make. It's endless. Yeah, what's better, Apple or Samsung? I mean, it's truly endless. So in terms of my catalog of ideas, and that was just off the top of my head, what I've actually written down and crafted in terms of titles, man, hundreds. Because that's what I do. If I've got downtime, I'm sitting on the toilet, I'm laying in bed, I don't really feel like doing much, because sometimes my brain is just working with titles and ideas. Man, I'll just sit there and I use Google Keep, one idea after another idea after another idea. And once you start writing those down, then the gears get turning a little bit and you start saying, okay, well, that idea is great, but then I could spin off and do another idea there, and then that could spin off and do another idea. Yes, you got to write it down. That's right. There you go. What's the best montage app? The best montage app? Ooh, good question. I'm not sure, but I believe, I know iMovie makes a good montage. I know, what's the one that GoPro makes? Is it called Click? What's it called? Splice? GoPro makes one. I believe it's called Splice or something like that. They've got a really good montage. Whichever one GoPro makes, they've got a really cool montage feature in there. All right, next question. Mommy's Budget, who says, hey, I've read that there should be a certain times of day that you should post a video for most views. Is this true? I've tried it, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. Great question. Yes, there are particular times when your viewers are online the most. Let me see if I can show you this. Give me 1 second and I will show you guys. Now, if you only have access to a phone, you're gonna have to go into desktop mode in Chrome. You're gonna have to pinch and zoom to get there, but you wanna go into YouTube Studio. And let me see, where is this at? Where are we at here? Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you. And what you wanna do is you wanna go into YouTube Studio, then go into analytics, then go into audience. And if your channel is brand new, you might not have this feature, but if your channel has been around a little bit, you will probably have this feature. And let me show you how this works. Analytics. Okay, you see right here, when your viewers, we're looking at this. When your viewers are on YouTube, right? So we have the dates up here, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And the darker the color, that's when more people are online. The darker the color. So hold on one second here. Let me get my little pencil out. So on a Sunday, you can see that my audience is mostly on through here, starting around 7 a.m. That's when people come on for me on a Sunday. And same on Monday, same on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It drops a little bit on Saturday because they sleep in, they come in a little bit later. But you don't want to upload when they come on. You want to upload before they come on. You want to upload when they start to come on. So I would upload a little bit before, and then as people start waking up, you're going to ride that wave of people who are actually coming onto the platform. A lot of people make this mistake of uploading at different times in the day. So let's say if I uploaded here, make sure you guys can see my screen. Yes. If I uploaded here, I can ride this wave of people coming onto YouTube all throughout the day, and I can ride it all day long until they're not interested anymore. That's a big wave. Think of it as like you're surfing, right? You're going to ride that wave all through the day. A lot of people make the mistake they upload late, right? So if I uploaded on a Sunday and I didn't upload till 6 p.m., guess what? Nobody, my viewers are not online. I mean, some people are online, but most people are not. So those views I'm not going to get a lot of views right there unless I just completely get lucky. Every now and then that happens, but I'm not going to do well right there, right? So you need to come in and you need to look at this to see when your audience is on time. And you'll notice here, like Thursday, they're not on as long for some reason. Where all the other days, most of them, they're on a little bit longer. And then Saturday, they sleep in a little bit. So most people are going to have access to this. And again, it's in YouTube Studio. Go into Analytics. Right, go into analytics, and then come over here to audience, and then you'll have this. And it should be set to your local time. And again, you want to do this before your audience goes live, or before your audience comes on. You don't want to do it right when they come on. You want to do it before they come on because people are starting to wake up. Think about it like, you know, you're surfing a wave. You want to ride that wave all day long. Hold on, let me get out of here. So, mommy's budget, I hope that helps you with your question. And also, to be fair, just because you upload at that particular time doesn't mean you're going to get a home run. Sometimes you just picked the wrong topic. Sometimes your thumbnail your thumbnail's no good, right? Like all you can do, right? You know when to come up to the plate. You know when you have to swing. Sometimes you miss. I miss. Everybody misses sometimes, but if you look at the data, this is when your audience is online. Do your best. Eventually, you'll find the right topics. Eventually, you'll find the right thumbnails they respond to. But just know that it's not always going to work out. But I will tell you this. If I upload at 7 a.m. versus noon, right? If I upload at 7 a.m. my time or noon my time, the difference in a 24-hour cycle for me can be up to 1,000 views different. So I'll generally lose 1,000 views in 24 hours if I upload later. But if I upload at 7, I can usually get that extra 1,000 views. Next question from MC Adventure Kid, again, who says, I just hit 100 subs recently. Congratulations. I have a question. What major features do computer creators on the platform have that mobile creators do not? Computer users have a lot of things that mobile creators do not. For starters, they have easy access into YouTube Analytics, right? Go into YouTube Studio, you don't have to pinch and zoom and move around. It's really easy on a computer. You have more powerful editing options. You have access to DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Premiere, Final Cut Pro, Vegas Pro. You have a lot more comprehensive video editing apps. You have full version Photoshop. You have full version Lightroom. So I think computer users, they have a lot more things. Now, you've got a lot of stuff on a phone too. You don't necessarily need all of those things. For example, you probably don't need all the features in Photoshop or in all the features of Lightroom unless you're a professional photographer. But if you're just making thumbnails, Photoshop on your phone works fine. Lightroom on your phone works just fine. If you're just doing basic editing and nothing too fancy, all the editing apps that you can get on your phone works just fine. If you're doing motion tracking and 3D rendering and you're doing tons of like in detail green screen, yeah, you're going to want something like, Final Cut Pro. By the way, since you got 100 subscribers, make sure you claim your custom URL so you can have MC Adventure Kid as your name. Next question comes from Natik Gupta. Gupta. My question is that I make videos in Hindi, which is my Indian language, but most of my videos come from Most of my views come from the United States and Sri Lanka. Since they can't understand my language, they quit the video immediately after they start watching, decreasing my audience retention. How can I fix it? Yes, this is a huge problem with Indian YouTubers. And I'm just going to look at your channel really quick. Please tell me you have, man, and you've got no videos on there. I wish you guys would link out to the channels that actually have videos. So here's a problem that a lot of Indian YouTubers have. And I'm just going to use my own particular niche because I see this a lot with what I do. If I go to search for something, how to make a thumbnail, how to do something with your phone, a particular app, there's no shortage of Indians, and I love my Indian brothers and sisters, but there's no shortage of Indians who are making videos in Hindi, their own language, but their thumbnails are in English. Their thumbnails are in English, or the titles are in English. Now, YouTube can tell that the video is Hindi, and I don't know why they don't sort this, but they don't. They can read it, they know it, they caption it, but for some reason they don't sort it. So title is in English. Even if you have Hindi in your thumbnail, your title might be in English, and that tells YouTube to show that video to me and other English speakers. So that's what's happening to your channel. I don't know if you're doing it or not, but if you're speaking in Hindi, completely speak in Hindi. Make sure the text on your thumbnails are in Hindi. Make sure your titles are in Hindi. Make sure your description is in Hindi. Make sure your tags are in Hindi. Make sure everything is in your native language. If anything is in English, it's going to confuse YouTube, and they're going to put it in front of the wrong audience. And it's going to do exactly like you said. As soon as you, same thing. Oh, wow. They've got it. Like, I want to learn. It's a great, good like a thumbnail. It's a great title. I click on it, and I don't understand the language. I instantly click off. That's what's happening to you. Now, over time, if you're doing all of those things in Hindi, over time, YouTube is eventually going to learn. It just might take you a while. So get on it. Don't put anything in English. Nothing. Next question. Prank Worldwide TV. How to add donation Streamlab mobile app. I completed the WT509 subscribers. How to convert viewer to subscriber. Okay, yeah, how to put your donation into Streamlab mobile app. That's not something I can just walk you through right here. I'll see if I can make a video on that in the future. If not, go check out Doug Hewson YT. He's one of the moderators here. He has a handful of videos on Streamlabs. You've completed 509 subscribers. Congratulations. How to convert a viewer to subscriber. If people find value in your content, if they like you, if they like what you've made, they will subscribe. However, it doesn't hurt to ask them. It doesn't hurt to put a little graphic on the screen that says, hey, remember to subscribe. Hey, if you want more videos like this, subscribe. If you are going to ask them to subscribe to your channel, make sure you tell them why they should subscribe first. For example, if I just said, hey, thanks for watching my video, be sure to subscribe. Okay, that might work a little bit, but it helps a little bit better if you give people a reason, right? Let's say I have since we're talking about iPhone and live streaming, let's say I have a video that they came to watch about how to live stream with their iPhone. What I would say is, if you want to learn even more about how you can live stream with your iPhone, be sure to hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos that can help you live stream. Right? I told them what they're going to get if they're going to live stream, and I made it relevant to the video that they just watched. They came to learn how to live stream with their iPhone. I just told them, if you subscribe, I'm going to give you more of that. Adding those little tweaks like that can make a huge difference in turning a viewer into a subscriber, but they still have to like you and they still have to get value from the content. And ask that early on, or if you put a little graphic, do it early on before people are leaving. If you wait to the very end to do that, then fewer people are actually going to see it and hear your call to action. It's called a call to action. Anytime you want somebody to do something, you ask them to subscribe, you ask them to go to your description, to click on a link. That's called a call to action. So if you're going to add a call to action, put one early on. You could put one in the middle too, and you could even put one at the end. Next question comes from the OG child. Love the name. It says, hey man, I've been with you since 40K. Fist bump, that's what I'm talking about. And I love your videos. You've inspired me to make my gaming channel. That's what I want to hear. My gaming channel has 77 subs in just 2 months. Way to go, man. My gameplay is really good. I'm the best player in the USA for my character. If you're serious, that's fantastic. But I don't think my titles and thumbnails cut it. How can I improve? All right, well, you know yourself. You just answered. If you know your titles and thumbnails aren't cutting it, then here's what you do. You study all the great gamers. The gamers who are succeeding and just dominating on the platform, study them, study their every move, study how they craft their titles, study how they make their thumbnails, look at how they write their descriptions, look at how they edit. I don't know if you're live streaming or not, but if you're uploading pre-recorded gameplay, look at how they edit, study the best, learn from the best, right? When it comes to titles, study what they're doing. Do that, it's working. When it comes to thumbnails, don't copy them, but study them to see what works for them, and then come up with your own style. You know what the problem is, titles and thumbnails. Study the best, learn from the best, and just keep going. If you're truly the best player in the USA, then you're gonna make it. You've just gotta learn those other skills. You've learned the skills of gaming already. Now you have to learn the skills of creating the right titles and creating the right thumbnails. And for however much time you put into gaming, you're gonna have to put a lot of time into YouTube as well to learn those skills. So you got it, man, just keep going. Study the best, always learn from the best. Don't study anyone else who's not dominating at what it is that you want to do. If you have gamers who are trying to give you advice and they're not completely just dominating, I wouldn't listen to them. I mean, sometimes people might have a nugget here or there, but you got to look at the best. If you want to be the best, you got to look at the best, learn from the best. Next question comes from Tutorial Town. Hey D, I have a tablet and a phone. I want to use my phone for screen capturing and my tablet for face cam while I stream a game. How do I connect my tablet as a face cam and my phone in apps like Streamlabs? Yeah, you have a Android. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know how to connect those on an Android. You want to do face cam while streaming. If you use an app like DU Recorder, if you use an app like Mobizen Live, there's a lot of gaming apps that will allow you to do a face cam. But as far as connecting them, unless you have access to a computer, I don't think there's a way to actually connect them. You could screen share to one or the other, but it's probably going to be laggy if you're doing it over Wi-Fi. So not quite sure there. Next question from the Slot Freaks. How you doing? Hey D and everyone in the chat. I'm currently using the Samsung S10, which I enjoy the camera. I want to get another one to film different angles for videos at the same time. Great. Is there an app or editor that I can drop the footage from both phones into an edit versus uploading the SD card into my laptop for editing? Thanks, Jay. You have an S10. Okay, so if you want to edit on your phone, then you're going to have to get an app that allows multi-layering. Now, since you've got an S10, all those are going to work for you. I would suggest on an Android, I would look into KineMaster or I'd probably go KineMaster over Power Director, personal choice. Download it. Don't pay for it yet. Download it. Make sure it's going to work for you. What you're going to have to do, unfortunately, iOS, you can use something called an AirDrop, where we can send files back and forth different phones. So I can shoot something on my phone, send it over to my iPad, where I also shot something, and pull them both into the video editing app. I don't know what the solution is for Android for that. I don't think there is one. One way you could do it in a roundabout way is if you're editing everything on one phone, you could use something like Dropbox or Google Drive, and you could just upload the footage to one, download it to the other, then put both of the footage into an app like KineMaster on different layers, right? And just go through and just start slicing. For this part, I'm going to do this one, cut out that. For this part, I'm going to show this one. Just put them on top of each other, move them around. KineMaster will do that. Power Director will do that. VN should be able to do that. VLLO should be able to do that. The last two are free. They do have paid versions of those, but they're free. But my personal favorite, just for all around, just amazing features, would be KineMaster. But I mean, uploading to the SD card into my laptop for editing. Okay, you're going to have to send it from one phone to another. It might be just as quickly to send it to your phone or send it to your laptop. You're going to have to experiment. But yeah, you can do it on your phone. Next question, the Sight Reading Project, who says, hey, D, in the last month, I've uploaded 7 days and I got a surge in watch time for over 20,000 minutes a month. And my subscriber count is at 80 a month where it was previously 30. Is it time to go from filming on my webcam to a proper camera? I'd like a soft focus background and I know I need to get better lights. What should I be considering to future-proof myself? That's a great question. For example, I just noticed how pixelated my old thumbnails look. Okay, if you have the budget to upgrade, and you're serious about YouTube, you know you're going to stick it out, you could look into something like the, oh, wow. I don't know what your budget is. You're going to have to tell me what your budget is before I can recommend a camera. The way you're going to get the blurry background, that's called bokeh. That's going to be the lens choice of the camera. And so you have lens choice and you have the distance behind you. The further you position yourself away from the wall with particular lenses, that's how you get that soft focus in the back, right? It's called bokeh. I don't know your budget. You have 80 subscribers, 80 a month. Maybe wait a little bit more. Like if you're seeing a surge right now and you've done that off of a webcam, keep going. Keep going because again, if people are responding to what you're making, the webcam is working for now. If you want to tweet me and tell me what your budget is, send me a DM. Just let me know who you are. Let me know you asked this question in the live stream. Tell me what your budget is. Then maybe I can give you some suggestions. But there's a lot of different cameras to choose from. But one thing to keep in mind about cameras is lenses can get really expensive. A good quality lens can get really expensive. In terms of future proofing, I would shoot in 4K. Once you do get a camera, or you can do it with your phone if it shoots 4K. That's how you future-proof it. Even if you're only uploading in 1080p, if you're shooting in 4K, you're going to have a crispier look to your video. And then if you are able to upload that footage somewhere else in the future, and they start giving if they start showcasing 4K footage on another platform, then you've already got the 4K footage. So 4K is the way to future-proof yourself. Next question from Mark Freeling, who says, Magnus DIX? Yeah, I have no idea, man. No idea on that one, Mark. SL6THY, I don't know how to pronounce your name, says, would it be worth it to make the upgrade to Video Leap Pro? Great question, and it depends on what you need as an editor. If you have the free version of Video Leap, you see the features that are paid features, right? They give you an additional 2 glitches. They give you some additional transitions. But it's not going to make you a better editor. With the free version of Video Leap, you are perfectly capable of making amazing content. I would only say you need to upgrade if there's a feature in there that you have to have. But upgrading to Pro is not going to make you a better editor because you can do the basic editing, and they've got great transitions. They have great effects in there for free. Man, you can master those. Like you don't need fancy editing. You just need to learn how to edit and tell your story well. So should you upgrade? Only if it has features that you need as an editor. Hope that answers your question. Hold on. All right. I haven't been looking in the chat. So some people have come into the chat like, Tana's so lit. What's going on, my man? Nice to see you in here. Right at bokeh. Yeah, getting that blurry background. And by the way, there is a way to do that now on an iPhone. You can officially get that bokeh background. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but you can do it. The app is called Focos, Focos. I'm not sure if it's on an Android or not. I've never looked, but if you're an iPhone user, it's called Focos Live. And you can use the camera and it will blur your background. You can control the amount of blur. Is it perfect? No. I'm probably going to make a video on it here fairly soon. It's not perfect, but it's a great first version. And if you don't blur it too much, if you just turn it on just a little bit and you don't move too much and you're doing talking head content like this, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. It's the first app that I'm aware of that does pretty good bokeh on a phone. You don't have to fake anything. Because before you could take screenshots and sit in front of a green screen and blur that out, and there's ways to fake it, but this is a legit app that just shoots it, and then you can control the amount of focus. It's called Focos. Dapper Tiger, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Let's see who else came in. Yeah, Tanissa Lit says, I started my channel with a Samsung phone. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Mr. Beast, I don't know how many million, what's he got, 30 million now? Probably 40 million, I don't know where he's at. His first 200,000 subscribers was with an old iPhone. I think it was like an iPhone 6. 200,000 subscribers with I think it was an iPhone 6. Maybe it was an iPhone 5, whatever, iPhone 5, iPhone 6, 200,000 subscribers, right? It's not the gear. Yeah, the gear looks nice, but your content, what you're doing with the gear is what matters. Let's see what else is going on. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. All right, so that's the questions. That's all the questions out of the form. I've closed the form. If you guys have any questions here, I'm in the chat now. I'm in the chat. I'm seeing what you guys are up to in the chat. And by the way, I'm going to put this on here. If you are an iOS user and you're looking for something that's a step above iMovie, if you're just getting started, you're like, iMovie is good, but I want something a little better, check out Video Leap. I got a link to them down in the description as well. When you put Video Leap in, it's going to pop an ad. It's going to say, okay, here's your price options. Look in the corner, there's going to be an X to close that ad. There's always going to be a way to close the ad. When you're in the app, you're going to see little features that will say try or new. Those are paid features. You don't want to use those unless you want to upgrade. Anything that doesn't have a tag on it, you can use it totally free. You can render out without a watermark. Fantastic app. In fact, all of the videos that I've been uploading on TikTok, 100% done with Video Leap. Actually, I really love Video Leap for social media type content. Okay, over to the chat here again. Hey, Tim, how's Mexico? Man. So since we've been in Mexico, we were originally stuck in La Paz, Mexico. We're in Baja Sur, which is South Baja. We were originally in La Paz. Then we went to Todos Santos. Then we went to Cabo San Lucas, and now we're in San Jose del Cabo. And probably within the next week, we're going to go up to Ensenada, up in the north. Fingers crossed. Narfield says, is 10% a good click-through rate? It depends on your impression numbers. If you have 50 impressions, then no, 10%, it doesn't make that big of a deal. If you have 20,000 impressions or 500,000 impressions, yes, 10% is very good. YouTube says on average between 2% and 10% is the average click-through rate, but you also have to look at your impressions. Impressions is how many people actually see the thumbnail. So if it's a very low impression rate and you have a high click-through rate, that doesn't really tell you a whole bunch. You want a high impression rate, and then you want to look at your click-through rate. G. Michael Jr. says, what do you think about U.S. possibly banning TikTok? I say it's not going to happen. 100% it's not going to happen. I will place money on that. Albert Tech, I did not see your Super Chat question. I'm going to have to go back and look for it. If there's any moderators in here, can you go back and tell me what the Super Chat question was? Because there it is. Never mind, I found it. Albert Tech, thank you for the Super Chat. It says, hey, D, what software of marker do you use? You're talking about the little marker where I was showing when I was showing my stats where I could draw on the screen? That is a plugin called Page Marker. It's a extension. It's a Chrome extension. It's called Page Marker, and it's free. You're talking about where I was circling the analytics? Page Marker. I hope that answers your question. Page Marker. Yep, there it is. Page, not purge. I would like to have a purge marker, but we don't have that, so Page Marker it is. 10% click-through rate on 5K. Not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'd say that's pretty good. If that keeps going, yeah, I would say it's good. You've tapped into something that's working. So hopefully as those impressions increase, you might get to a point where the impressions increase a lot, and then that's naturally going to drive your click-through rate down. But I would say at that level, that's pretty good. Back to TikTok. No, it's not going to happen. They pulled the same thing with Huawei. It's spying on us. It's not safe. It's not secure. You're sending your money, you're sending your personal data to China or whatever. Look, here's the thing. LinkedIn just got caught doing the exact same thing. Facebook does the exact same thing. Here's where it stems. Inside of iOS, this is specifically iOS, they allow apps to scrape data from the clipboard. So if you copy and paste, so Apple has this system. If I have an iPad and an iPhone and a Mac computer, I can copy something on my phone and paste it on my iPad. To switch devices and paste, right? Copy on one, paste on another. Because of this system, apps can see that. Apps can see that information. So if you're copying and pasting sensitive information, passwords, but you shouldn't be pasting your passwords, but that's the thing, right? All apps on iOS can see this, and a lot of apps copy this information. TikTok is one of them. LinkedIn, professional app, is one of them. Facebook, all the pro apps, all the social media apps, they all do this. There's reports. The report that found this, it named all sorts of different apps that do this. LinkedIn is getting sued over it, right? The government's not talking about banning LinkedIn, but they're getting sued by a user for doing the exact same thing. So it's hot air. It's political. It doesn't help that Trump was trolled by a bunch of TikTokers on his Oklahoma. What is his campaign there in Oklahoma? He got trolled by a bunch of TikTokers there, where they reserved seats and didn't show up. That doesn't help, but he's using it as a bargaining chip. And is it the VP? I don't know if it's the VP or the VP of operations in TikTok, American, lives in the U.S. So no, TikTok's not going anywhere. It's hype. It's the news is having fun with it. It's not going to happen. Just like with Huawei, not going to happen. It's 100% hype. Now, India banned it. It's because India is having a political skirmish with China. They're fighting over a territory. So they banned a whole bunch of Chinese apps. They said it's privacy and all this stuff. But TikTok has since come back and they said, okay, we're going to make some changes for India. And if they have to make changes for the US, they're going to do that too. So it's probably going to get unbanned in India, and it's not going to get banned in the US. Not going to happen. Yeah, his rally got trolled, exactly. It's a political move. Yeah, it's all it is. Randomness. How do you delete your channel? Go to Google and say, how do I delete my YouTube channel? You're going to go to a Google support page, and we'll walk you through how to delete your channel. All right, let me go through the chat here. The Apache Gamer says, what's the best editor on Apple for meme gameplays like Call of Duty? On a phone or an actual Apple computer? You probably have to ask Doug Hewson about the computer. Nirmala says, do you have a solution to the watermark of KineMaster? Just put a black screen over it. Look, I mean, if you're using an app with a watermark, like either show the watermark or just use a different app without it. I think, like they want to get paid for their creation just like you want to get paid for your creations. And if you're using the free version, that's fine. I hear a lot of people say, oh, we'll just, re-render it on a, different app and then zoom in and go past, crop it out, all this stuff. Just use an app that doesn't have a watermark or pay for it. Doug says, I have a purge maker. Yeah, I would love to have a bunch of purge makers. I love that, Doug. Dayu says, how do you keep track of super chats in real time? Sometimes I'm talking and the super chat goes away. Inside of YouTube Studio, it used to be easier. The Classic had a much easier system to keep track of super chats, but you can go into monetization, I believe. Let me double check. You can go into YouTube Studio. You can go down the side, I believe, in monetization. Let me double check. Where is it at here? Supers, what do you got? Yeah, go into channel monetization, then go into supers, and you're going to see a history of super chats in the order that they came in. The old method was a lot easier, and I didn't have this open. I usually have this open when I'm streaming, but I didn't have it open this time. Let's see what else I'm missing here in the chat. Hold on. All right, I think that answered all the questions in the chat. All right, awesome live stream, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the awesome questions. Thank you for the amazing super chats. I do appreciate it. I will be coming back and answering questions after the video processes and it shows up. So if I didn't get to your question, or if I overlooked it in the chat, come back and leave it as a comment, and I will come back and I will answer your questions there. I will be doing a members live stream, hopefully this coming week, hopefully within the next couple of days, we'll do that. I'll keep an eye on my community feed for that. I'll be posting the time and date there. And let me remove this. I want to thank TubeBuddy for sponsoring today's show. You guys are awesome. I appreciate everything that you do for me and the community. And moderators, thank you for what you do. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Have an awesome week. I'll see you then.